There was one man who basically invented spam. His name was Sanford Wallace. But the internet knew him as Spamford. And his story, from junk faxer to spam pioneer, ended with hundreds of millions of dollars in fines and a federal fraud conviction. Hi, I'm Melvin Naidu, owner of Justec Brand Protection, helping online sellers and creators protect their brands and content online. You can find me on LinkedIn to learn more. So let's talk about Sanford Wallace. Before email spam, Wallace made his money as a junk faxer. Companies would pay him to promote their businesses, and he'd blast advertisements to thousands of fax machines at once. Then email arrived in the 90s, and Wallace saw the future. Instead of fax numbers, he collected email addresses. But unlike most spammers who stayed hidden, Wallace went public. In 1995, he founded Cyber Promotions, and when people started calling him Spamford, he embraced it. He registered Spamford.com, filed a trademark at the USPTO, and even defended it against objections from companies like Hormel, the maker of spam canned meat. Throughout the late 90s and early 2000s, major internet service providers sued him repeatedly for unsolicited emails. Default judgments stacked up into the hundreds of millions of dollars. And that didn't slow him down. In the early 2000s, Spamford escalated. Through a company called SmartPort, users' computers were infected with spyware and then hit with a pop-up offering a solution to the problem Spamford himself created. Courts ordered him to pay roughly $5 million in fines for the scam. He never did. By the mid-2000s, Wallace was banned, sued, and blacklisted by most of the internet. But still, he managed to pivot to MySpace of all places, using fake profiles, bots, and bulk messaging. He blasted millions of users with spam promoting shady products and websites. In 2008, MySpace won a civil judgment against Wallace for hundreds of millions of dollars under anti-spam laws, one of the largest judgments of its kind at the time. After MySpace shut him down, Spamford moved on to something bigger, Facebook. This time it wasn't just spam. Wallace repeatedly accessed Facebook systems after being banned, creating fake accounts at scale and using them to phish users for their login credentials. That's when things finally crossed the line. In 2011, Sanford Wallace was indicted for violating federal anti-spam laws and committing computer fraud. In August 2015, he pleaded guilty to 1 count of electronic mail fraud and 1 count of criminal contempt. And in June 2016, after decades of lawsuits that failed to stop him, Sanford Spamford Wallace was sentenced to 30 months in federal prison. And if you're tired of spammers and scammers profiting off your hard-earned IP, reach out to us at Justec Brand Protection. We help creators and online businesses protect against IP infringement, deepfakes, fraudulent websites, domain name scams, and more. Check out our website, connect with me on LinkedIn, and if you like content about true crime, hit like and subscribe, because staying informed is the best way of staying protected.